a not an avatar, but a kind of like an avatar of not Zinch, but the other one, Slanesh, I think, from what I remember reading somewhere. So this is kind of like the early days of the touching of the Chaos incursion. I don't know much about it, so you're losing me. Oh, sorry. I've got lots of PDFs I can send you if you want to look at them. Yeah, yeah. I kind of wish you could you could have Sisters of Sigmar characters in Warhammer armies, but I've never seen rules for that. But I digress. I'm supposed to be building my Warband here. Magisters start with one spell. It's called Weapons of Destruction. It lasts for one turn. That's, I think, a weakness of the spellcasting system, is most of the spells only last for one turn, or are instantaneous in the case of damage spells. If you could have buffs that lasted 2 or even 3 turns, I think that would make Magic a lot more interesting. But as it stands, it doesn't. So Weapons of Destruction, it makes the weapons pierce armor a little bit better and deal a little bit more damage. Yeah, that's about it. I can get better spells later. Boon of Chaos, Acid Breath, and so on. I'll deal with these once I actually get them. 100 gold pieces and 2 spell points to learn them is pretty hefty. It's usually not something I delve into early, so. It could be. I have very little experience with Warhammer 40k. I did recently download a bunch of the PDFs for it because I'd like to learn more about it. Warhammer Fantasy has always been my preference, but I'm willing to learn. Some of it seems interesting. I'm a big fan of the Space Marines and Space Hulk, which is in the same universe. Actually, Space Hulk, I guess, could be considered the Mordheim of 40k, except that Necromunda is the Mordheim of 40k, I think. Okay, so I also get a chance to hire a hero. The standard heroes that come... let's see. I believe the Mutant is the standard hero that comes with vanilla Mordheim. Bodies and minds perverted by the touch of chaos. Mutants come in all shapes and sizes. Destroyed as soon as they are discovered in more civilized places. The lawless state of Mordheim provides a refuge for these creatures. The cult of the possessed welcomes them into their warband with open arms, seeing in the ghastly afflictions the rewards of the dark gods. They are pretty basic humans. In fact, they have even less leadership than standard Empire mercenaries, but they do get the ability to get mutations at ranks 1, 4, and 7, which are pretty cool. Now, I did buy the 2 character DLCs that I can get with this game. The first one added, I think this was the first one. The first one added Skaven Poison Wind Globadiers. These guys are really cool. They have some, the poisoned globes are pretty sweet. They're very, very fragile, but they are pretty quick on their feet, which is nice. And they can use shurikens and warp-lock pistols, which is also pretty cool. The other one that I can get is the Doomweaver. Wow, he's got something sticking out of his skull there. Huh. They're arcane spellcasters, just like the Magister is. But I don't know what sort of magic they can cast. I actually don't know anything about these guys because I haven't used them before. Last time I played, I went with the Poison Wind Globadier, and they were fun. But I think this game I'm going to go with a mutant because I want to explore the mutations a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hire this mutant. I'm just going to see if there's any free ones. For some reason, this mutant, which costs 30 gold, is exactly the same... Okay, that's a bad example because there are no other ones. This Poison Wing Globadier costs 50 gold pieces, And he's exactly the same, rank 0, all the same stats, as this Poison Wind Globadier, which costs 0 gold. And this one actually has better weapons because he's got the 2 Warplock pistols. So I don't really understand how that works. It's a little weird. However, like I said, I'm going to go with the Mutant because I haven't played with them before. It looks like... Oh, they can use armbands. Wicked. The armband is a very interesting item. It fits into a melee slot. Let me think. If I remember correctly, you fit them on characters who have like claw attacks or some other sort of natural weapon, and it allows them to actually burst through parrying stance, which is pretty cool. I think for the moment I'm going to keep this guy with sword and board, just so that I have somebody who can tank a little bit. Are they all bolt? Oh, I didn't hire him yet. Okay, let's hire him. There you go. He's hired. Let's take a quick look at his stats. Yeah, he's got a really, really bad leadership. Leadership directly affects their morale. This guy here will probably break pretty easily. But hopefully he won't have to. His strength and toughness are above average, which is really nice. Oh, he's got a 5 ballistic skill. That's kind of surprising, considering he doesn't start with any ranged weapons. I think I might have to get him a ranged weapon at some point and have him back up the Brethren. Alright, let's going to look at it and see what this guy's hair options. He doesn't have any hair options. So that means that all mutants must be bald. That's kind of interesting. Maybe I'll change his tunic color. Wait, is he already wearing armbands? Oh, no, it's not. That's just the sleeves. Whoops. Whoops. There we go. Now let's change his tunic color. What do we got? Oh, that's kind of a interesting color. Red, purple, kind of a tan. Let's go with the tan. I like the tan. It contrasts nicely with the other browns. I'll probably eventually rename some of these characters, but I'm not going to do so until they get rank 1. I've got 300 gold left. I could go to the store and buy something. Let's see what's available. Light armor. I think getting some light armor is a good idea. There's 2 suits. I'll give one to my Magister, and one to my Dark Soul. Let's see. I should probably buy the helmet. You know what? I think I'm going to buy this mace. No, actually I'm not, because the sword can, I think, gives a bonus to parrying. Let me take a look. Hero. Sword. No, it just allows the use of the parrying stance, but the shield also does that. So since he's using a shield, I am going to go ahead and buy that mace. And the reason for that is because maces give a plus 4% chance to the hit. So at this low level, getting a bonus to hit is very useful. Alright, so switch out that sword for the mace. Good, good. Keep the bows, keep the great axe, keep the staff. Leader. I'm going to rename the leader now. No, I'm going to wait till rank 1 as well. I'm kind of wishy-washy that way, I guess. Give him light armor and give him a helm. Oh, wow, that looks really cool. That is sweet. Although it did change the color of his hood. Can I change that back? Yeah, I can, but it makes the face mask purple. That's kind of weird. I like that one. That one's neat with the rust and the green. I like that. We'll go with that. Cosimo? Yeah, I saw that. It's kind of an amusing name. I was going to give the Dark Soul the other suit of light armor. I generally try to avoid heavy armor because heavy armor really heavily slows characters' movement down. So basically how movement works is each one of these blue dots, when you're in combat, these are called strategy points. Each strategy point allows a character to move X amount. I don't know how much X is because I haven't seen that written down anywhere. But heavy armor subtracts 3 meters per dot in movement rate. So that's really quite bad. Magic armor gets rid of some of that negative modifier, and there's also a skill that you can learn that does that as well. Where is it? It's a passive toughness skill? No, strength skill. Here you go. Armor proficiency. Whoops. Reduces armor movement rate penalty by 1 meter. So if you have magic armor and armor proficiency, heavy armor is reducing your movement by 1 meter per dot. But again, I'm not really sure how many meters per dot you normally move. We're going to jump in and do a campaign mission because that's all I can do. Actually, I got veteran points to spend. Veteran points stack up over time, and it doesn't matter which warband you're playing, you still have all of your veteran points because they're basically person-based and not warband-based. So all the points I've gotten playing my Sisters of Sigmar band, I can spend on my Chaos team as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to just buy this one. Reduces the cost for leaders and warriors by 4 gold coins after a mission. That's something that I didn't mention. After a mission, you have to spend money to pay upkeep for your soldiers. It's basically paying your soldiers. And that can get pretty pricey pretty quickly. So anything I can do to reduce that is a good thing. The other one that I'm going to do that reduces it is Healer. Reduces the treatment cost of warriors by 2 gold. Ideally, I would never have to pay healing costs on people, but because that happens a lot, especially early, reducing the cost is a good idea, I think. And I got 3 more. The other ones I usually go with are Explorer. Reduces the cost of scouts on the mission map. It's only 10%, but over time that does add up. It also, as it says here, increases the chance of finding high-quality missions. So, I don't know what counts as a high-quality mission, because I've only seen traits for difficulty and type, but maybe the type is quality-based. I'm not really sure. Now, other options. Evaluator reduces the cost of buying stuff. Haggler increases the cost of selling stuff. Merchant increases the chance of a sale. Usually when there's a sale, everything costs half price. Negotiator, gain 1 additional day to fulfill wordstone requests. Now, one of the points of this game is that your characters are collecting wordstone for a patron. The patron will give you a request for X number of pounds of wordstone, and you have usually 10 days to finish that mission. This allows you to do it with 1 extra day. Not really a big deal, because usually I can get it done within 4 or 5 days. If the time allowed goes down significantly at higher levels, that might be something to look into, but at this low level it's not a big deal. Renowned reduces the cost of hiring new warriors by 10%. This isn't a big deal early, but if you're hiring sellswords later on, this could be huge, because I've seen sellsword costs go up as high as 500 gold, so reducing it by 10% is 50 gold, which is a big reduction, but it's not something to worry about early. Scholar reduces the training cost of skills and spells by 5%. This is a good one to get, but it's not usually one I get early because skills cost a minimum of 100 gold to start with. So it's usually not until my characters are rank 2 that I even start looking at skills. Actually, come to think of it, they don't get skill points until they're rank 2, I think. Anyways, it's not a one to get early, but might be one to get a little later. Now these content